It works. Okay. Esta internet está ratata. It's like honestly infuriating. But a ver. I am going to tease this out on Twitter and post this and see who joins me because what the heck? All right, let's see. Okay, cool. I can delete that one and then I'm gonna delete this one and then we're good. Cool, cool, great. All right, we're live. ¿Qué sopa, gente linda? This is a patron only post. I'm trying something out and that I'm posting it publicly. I read if more people will sign up to be patrons because we can get all the support we can use all the support we can get. Um, Especially now. With that said, I wanted to talk about Residente's Tiraera against Balvin because I did it before and como ustedes saben, Instagram me tumbó. Aggravating. So first and foremost, to play it a little bit, bear with me just 1 second. I like know what I want to say because it's like it really just is what it is. So as I'm opening this up, I would want to say that, unfortunately, this was the right message, the wrong messenger. Balvin isn't perfect. Nobody's perfect. Resident is not perfect, certainly not. The reason why it's right message, wrong messenger is because if you follow me, if you truly understand what I'm all about, you know that I am a what? Pro black. And in the midst of this, I am obviously in community with a lot of other critics, one of which, has gone toe to toe with Presidente. And this man is gonna go ahead and say extremely anti-black things towards her. And it's like he has said those things, very violent things, came at her for her hair, where it's like black women use all types of protective styles because it's like this is what we need for survival. So with that said, he then contracted this friend of mine, and much of the rhetoric of their conversation is in the rap. So it's like you're literally using the right rhetoric because somebody taught you, because a black woman taught you. We don't hear her name anywhere. We don't like hear the shout out. En cuál parte de lo que uno escucha el nombre de la Dominicana? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's very, very messy. And at the end of the day, a lot of what he said was true, but it didn't come from him. And I feel like that's the issue. I feel like in reggaeton, in all music, I say it all the time, dalo flores, give the flowers. I feel like we should get more into that habit. And so for him to just like speak with her and run with her sense and then be like, thank you, and make 24 million streams in 24 hours without like, nah, man. But getting back to the tiraera, because in my opinion, it was good. Like I loved his pacing. I loved his punchlines. I miss tiraeras because it's a huge part of the culture, and you don't really see it anymore. Not mainstream media. It still exists, of course. People still like rap battle and whatever, but you don't see it as like an element of like mainstream culture. A lot of people don't know how to spit. So seeing someone spit was fun. Seeing him spit was very tearing because it's like he, again, right message, wrong messenger. So un segundito, I'm gonna play it in a second, just waiting for this YouTube ad to stop killing me. Here we are.
Demasiadas barras, yo vengo del calentón, desde Trujillo suenan los tambores en la calle, ropo, pom, pom, no hay discusión. No creo en las estrellas de las plataformas digitales ni en tus billboards de cremita de paz.
So he came at Balvin for multiple things, including like his obsession. O sea, is it really an obsession? If you're in this industry, sure, you're having fun, but at the end of the day, it's an industry. You're in this for the money. Sorry. You're in this for the money. You're in this for the accolades. So it's like, there's only a certain extent where it's like you can really let loose. At some point, you have to nail things to the wall and like worry about awards and stuff like that, especially when you're an artist at that caliber and like you take it upon yourself to be the quote unquote ambassador of culture. So, you know, that line, ni en tus billboards de cramita de pastel.
Y en tus historias de Instagram Dolce Gabbana y Cartier solo creo en mi nivel y en el carbón de mi lápiz corriendo por encima del papel.
That was a punch for, you know, not writing his own stuff, which I mean, I feel that, but now that I'm an artist myself, I certainly get it. Like sometimes you just need to bounce the ideas off of someone who could turn something into something melodic. Like writing lyrics ain't easy. It's not a defense. It's just that I get that now.
Yo lo hago para divertirme, para divertirme, para divertirme. Esto lo hago para divertirme, divertirme, para divertirme. Tal como en un crucigrama en la tiraera.
I don't want you to block me, so I'm gonna like pause before they're like, you're infringing on the copyright. It's like, no, I'm not.
Soy el terror de los terrores de esta era. Para estos perdedores las primaveras ya no son multicolores, porque donde tiro un punchline dejan de crecer las flores. Artistas de quinta que escriben menos que un bolígrafo sin tinta. Cuando me ven se descomponen, color blanco pálido, como los dientes de embuste que se ponen. Cuando la gorra con la R se avecina en la tarima entera, empieza a oler a granja campesina, porque estos raperos de mentiras se vuelven gallinas con mi rima. Cuando impongo disciplina como en China, mi retina solo ve cabeza.
I'm like, get to the point.
Pa' 2 minutos de canción tienen 20 escritores hasta.
All right, that's a punchline. Pa un minuto de canción tiene 20 escritores. For a minute of a song, there's like 20 writers. Speaks to what I had just said.
De campeones, si te escribieron todas tus fucking canciones, un hot dog bien hecho es delicioso.
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. The first time he came at him and called him a hot dog, that completely went over my head. I was like, I'm sorry, what is this name calling? Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm lost. Y tampoco investigué because it's like, I don't care about neither of these two people. So with that said, I think that's funny. It sounds like you're as big as a bear. Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't feel like an actual jab to me. It feels a little bit cheap, corny.
Es que no lo cocinaron, estos mentirosos, estos vagos son golosos, no te llevan ni el plato a la mesa y se llevan la propina del mozo y no le.
Ooh, that was I like that punch, de que se llevan el propina del mozo. In other words, you know, he's like calling him like a greedy person.
Vergüenza, eso es lo vergonzoso. Las abejas hacen miel, pero se las come el oso.
La abeja hace miel, pero se la come el oso. I love that line. Residente has a lot of good punchlines here.
Compra el respeto por ser talentoso. Una cosa es ser artista, otra cosa es ser famoso.
I like that line a lot. Look, at the end of the day, I am team nobody. I am not team Balvin. I am not team Residente. I am team Gata. And I am team Reggaeton con la Gata. I don't give a f. So with that said, there's a lot of layers here. I feel like Balvin, ya yo sé demasiado. You are one of the richest people on the planet, not for nothing. One of the richest artists on the planet. You can afford anything. Why don't you pay for a team to constantly educate you? Why are you not interested in this? Aren't you tired of being in the headlines? Aren't you tired of people critiquing you? Aren't you tired of people looking at you like you crazy? Or maybe they don't. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe the people around you are not telling you that how bad, you know, te ves, you know? And it's like music is one thing, but music is one thing. And I am never like one of those type of people who like separate the art from the artist. No. If the artist is aprovechando, o sea, they are better off because of their art, then how on earth are we going to take that away? And what is with that desire to take away, to separate the two? Like, no, I feel like that's a very dangerous path. With that said, especially when the artist is more problematic than the art, you feel me? So I feel like Balvin, I feel like I'm in a marriage with this man. I tweeted that earlier today. I was like, I want out of this marriage. I want 2 weeks. I'm on vacation next week. I can't wait. Let's go. I want 2 weeks when I don't have to hear his name. I swear to God, because Ja, like I want a divorce. Keep the money. Like I just want out. With that said, Balvin, que no se puede decir de este hombre, right? Residente, I'm over here like, who I come for next? Because it's like, it's very infuriating. Residente, how dare you learn from a negra and then don't give her flowers? And then in that same breath, make it as if like you're gonna do everything correct. Like, I'm the type of person that I prefer someone to bite my hand, look me straight in the eye, than to like stab me in the back. You know what I'm saying? I don't like surprises. So like, it's not that it's that deep on a personal level, but it's symbolically, right? Why approach somebody under the guise that you're gonna treat them correctly and then fuck it up? Like just approach as a fucked up person. And I know the obvious answer is when you approach like that, people are better off, you know, are better off because they're more likely to protect themselves and like see things like that coming from a mile away. But at the end of the day, it's like it's a special type of evil, I feel, when people do that type of stuff. I don't know. Soy capaz. That's not me as a person.
Hay que hacer una limpieza, mucho delirio de grandeza, poca destreza. Esto solo empieza, yo todavía voy por mi primera cerveza. Me gusta. No, a Balvin. Soy más bajo que eyacular sin erección, como le dicen por ahí.
I'm over here like, how did we even get here? So the reason why Tiraera throw Residente at Balvin, that's funny. The reason why Residente threw the Tiraera at Balvin is because wasn't it that Balvin blocked him? Habrían tenido problemas tiempo atrás. El dominicano Alex Taylor fue quien reveló que René Pérez, como es el nombre de pila de Residente, ex intrigante de Calle 13, tiene sentimientos negativos hacia Balvin porque parece el colombiano no quiso colaborar con su hermana. So, again, I'm team neither. I feel like now history is repeating. Because what was the issue with Panamanians? Panamanians, we created reggae, we created soca, we created dancehall, we created reggaeton, and then we didn't care. We're like, okay, bye. You know what I'm saying? And then Puerto Ricans were like, thank you. And more than that, added their own sazon and created something that was more theirs and then commercialized and then went great with it. You have to sabe. With that said, I feel like we're seeing the repetition of history where it's like culturally, not nationalistically, because I'm not a nationalist. I feel like culturally we need to really love and own our things and see the value in everything that we create. We don't need to wait until someone outside tells us that what we're doing is dope. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like Panamanians, we created it for ourselves. Muévelo, muévelo, tu boom boom, papi chulo, etc. These artists were creating because they knew that what they were making were dope. And then but the thing the issue with what I had just said is you want to commercialize, you want to maybe not commercialize and whiten what you're doing, but you want to get paid, right? If you're putting an effort towards all of this art, the least you could do is make a living off of it. That's valid. And if people are enjoying it, the least they can do is support you. That's also valid. So I feel like there's like this moment in time where like a lot of Puerto Ricans are like, there's so many other nationalities. This is very uncomfortable. And this is not even my opinion. This is like what a lot of people have told me también. I won't quote them verbatim, but like, yeah. So with that said, hay mucha como presión to protect what one has. And now that it's not that the reggaeton area is not majority Boricua, because I feel like largely it is. But now that there's so many other people of other nationalities, I feel like there's this sort of presión to kind of like force a sort of unity so that, because unity is power, right? And that's what it boils down to. So I'm sure that someone like Residente is not used to somebody telling him no. I'm sure that that situation, I'm projecting. I also don't know. I'm speculating, whatever. So my point is, I know what it feels like to create something dope, to be part of something dope, to be part of it since like for a very long time, and then see somebody else say, "Oh my God, that's amazing. I want that. I'm gonna run with that. I'm gonna take all of that," and then not look back and like give you flowers. That's the legacy of reggaeton. Sadly, you know what I'm saying? When you look at it from like the business perspective, culturally, it evolved in the diaspora. It did its thing. But I feel like in the business sense, it's like faltó muchísimo. With that said, this tiraera,
No tienes calle, por eso tienes los nudillos blanditos. Con solo un video en
I liked the job where he went against him because he couldn't imagine himself creating reggaeton because he didn't have representation. And then once he saw that Daddy Yankee existed, Balvin, by the way, once he saw that Daddy Yankee existed, he was like, all right, I could do this. He looks like me. Because Tego was existing and he couldn't find identification with him. There's so many layers to that. I don't even know where to begin. And I'm also trying to keep this video not too long because I hate watching really long content. So like, yeah, dame adelante. Y'all know where I was going with that.
este becerro y lo pongo a subir fotos con su perro. Este cobarde corderito mancebo es como un desayuno vegano sin huevo. El pueblo luchando los están matando y el tipo sube fotos de Gandhi rezando. Pendejo mentiroso, se hace el espiritual usando la salud mental para vender un documental.
Tú eres más fácil que. Here comes this hot dog line again. I don't understand it. I don't want to either. Because honestly, fuck them both. With that said, coming at him for using gimmicks to sell things. Balvin's a businessman.
Cadena de perro en el cuello.
Comes at him for the perra music video. I mean, as he should. O sea, not as he should, because he shouldn't do anything. If anything, he needs to get a tirada thrown at him. But like, no, este fue muy tacky, especially where it's like, be for the culture, man. Be for the culture. Wear that badge. That Latino TM, ride that wave. Pero di que for you to not do your own investigation or think for a second, I'm really in Bajo Mundo in a third world country, walking two black women on chains. You don't see the issue with that? Nobody saw the issue with that. What sends me is, sure, the black women they kneeled and they did it. ¿Me entiendes? It's not like they held a knife to their neck. But at the same time, it's like, of all the people there, nobody paused and said, oh my God, this is a bad idea. Maybe I shouldn't. Esto perpetúa algo mal. Nobody, not a damn soul. And these artists won't hire me to their teams. I don't understand.
Un blanquito que perdió el camino, todo un divino aceptando su premio de afro.
Yeah, nada se puede olvidar eso. How Balvin accepted the Afro Latino award. Again, I just said it. Why don't you just freaking hire me so I could tell you what not to do and pay me well, because it's the emotion labor. I think that the Tiraera, again, the jabs he threw, aunque, again, I really want to stress, right message, wrong messenger. Residente has a lot of questions to answer himself about his lack of education towards, you know, what it means to respect a black woman. As intellectual as he likes to sell himself as, this man is also lost in the sauce. I'm over it. People are over it. People see it for what it is. None of this takes away from his talent. Nobody's talking about that. Every time I bring up something like this, what I'm often confronted is, oh, are you trying to tell me that, insert white artist here, this artist doesn't deserve their flowers? And I'm like, who said that? Like, how did we get there? What I'm talking about is dignity. What I'm talking about is access. What I'm talking about is respect. You know, at the end of the day, I'm like, if someone works hard and they qualify for an award, go get your award. That's not what we're talking about. And high key, how racist is it that the benefit of a black person means the downfall of a white person? What the fuck is that? Like, it's crazy. I met with that all the time. So we're about to be at 20 minutes. I don't want to make this video too long because yo lo entiendo. Mi gente, lo amo. This is Patreon exclusive. If you would like to continue seeing this or have access to content like this, subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/reggaeton con la gata. Nos fuimos. ¿Quién es nos? Yo estoy aquí yo sola. Me fui. Nos vemos. Chao.